The Model Y is Tesla's best-selling EV, so it makes perfect sense to use the next-gen platform for a smaller, cheaper version. The mini Model Y will not only be more affordable, but it will also retain most of the original Model Y's features and specifications. Tesla's move to launch a mini Model Y is seen as a strategic move to further strengthen its position in the electric vehicle market. As more and more consumers embrace the idea of sustainable transportation, electric vehicles have become increasingly popular. By launching a more affordable version of the Model Y, Tesla is making its technology more accessible to a broader range of consumers, which is likely to translate into increased sales and market share. So what are the specifications of this new mini Model Y? When's it going to be released and how much is it going to cost? Let's dive right into today's episode to find out. Welcome to Tesla Car World, where we bring you the latest updates on all things Tesla. Thank you for tuning in, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all of our future video updates. Now let's dive into today's topic. It should come as no surprise to those who follow the space that Tesla may be planning a smaller and less expensive crossover to be the first vehicle to ride on its next-gen platform. With the Tesla Model 3 was the best-selling EV in the world, Tesla introduced the Model Y crossover, which is essentially just a larger and more practical crossover version of the Model 3 sedan. Now the Model Y is Tesla's top seller, so why not offer a more attainable and affordable version of the crossover? Tesla has already shared that it's working on a smaller next-gen platform on which EVs will arrive that are much cheaper to produce than the Model 3 and Model Y. Clearly they'll also be much cheaper to buy. The next-gen EV will first come out of Tesla's upcoming Gigafactory in Mexico, which the automaker aims to build in record time. While Tesla and CEO Elon Musk have mentioned a 25-0 EV and spoken in general about a new platform, cheaper products, etc., there has been little in the way of concrete information. Moreover, it seems every time the media believes it's aware of details, they change while there are still unanswered questions. We're 90% sure it's a mini Tesla Model Y, so what's the basis for a mini version of the Model Y to be produced? Whereas the evidence, spy images of what appears to be a smaller Tesla model have emerged, which has published photos of what appears to be the American EV maker's forthcoming smallest model. Yet this would be around the size of a Mazda CX-30 that measures 395 millimeters long, 1795 millimeters wide, 1540 millimeters high, with a wheelbase of 2655 millimeters. Currently the cheapest Tesla on sale in Australia is the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, which starts at $64,300 Australian dollars before on-road costs in the country. That being said, the resemblance to the CX-30 could be more than just in its size and could also turn out to be the Mazda crossover with lights from Tesla. Note that the substantial height of the plastic wheel arch cladding, as well as the rear bumper reflectors and exhaust pipe cutouts, appear all but identical to those on the CX-30. So how much is it going to cost? Tesla's CEO Elon Musk previously announced in October of 2022 that the EV maker is working on a next-generation platform that would be half the price of the Model 3 and Model Y, and a model that is set to be priced in the region of $25,000 US is expected to make its debut in 2023. This year, the idea of a more affordable Tesla mini Model Y was put forth by Musk as early as 2018, at which time the CEO said the company could produce in 3 years from that time, or 2021. When June of 2021 rolled around, Musk said that the new model, which will be a hatchback, is planned for a 2023 debut. Surely the battery that this car uses, its range, interior and exterior, are also features that Tesla Car World's audience is interested in, right? So let's dig a little deeper. The Model Y Mini is a combination of the Model Y and Model 3. It's likely to have a similar exterior design to the Model Y, but in a smaller package. The vehicle may have a length of around 4 meters, which is approximately 1 meter shorter than the Model Y, making it a compact SUV. The car could feature the same sleek lines, minimalistic design, and large panoramic glass roof as its bigger siblings. In terms of performance, the Model Y Mini is likely to be powered by Tesla's latest 4680 battery cells. These cells are expected to provide a higher energy density, which would result in better range and acceleration compared to current Tesla vehicles. The exact Specifications of the battery for the Model Y Mini are unknown, but it's likely to have a range of around 250 miles or more on a single charge. Given the expected improvements in battery technology, this would be an impressive range for a compact SUV and would make it a compelling option for those who prioritize long-distance driving. The Model Y Mini's acceleration is expected to be impressive as well. Tesla is known for producing vehicles with quick acceleration, and the Model Y Mini is likely to be no exception. With the 4680 battery, the vehicle could potentially reach 0-60 in under 5 seconds, making it a fun and agile vehicle to drive. The interior of the Model Y Mini is expected to be similar to the Model 3, which has a minimalist design with a large touchscreen display as the centerpiece of the data dashboard. The vehicle may also feature a spacious and comfortable cabin with ample room for passengers and cargo. Despite its smaller size, the seats could be made of premium materials, and the cabin could feature the latest technologies such as advanced driver assistance systems and voice-activated controls. Could you imagine ordering it to take you to grandma's house and then it asks you over the river and through the woods? Finally, Tesla has had much success with the Model Y. It's the only model the US EV maker produces at all of its global factories, and even though SUVs are the most popular in the US, it's selling well in most areas across the globe. The only major concern with the Tesla crossover is its high price tag, which Tesla recently lowered considerably. However, the Model Y still isn't affordable for the masses. The publication's sources also shared that while Giga Mexico will produce about 2 million copies of the next-gen crossover per year, the remaining 2 million units will be split evenly between Giga Berlin and Giga Shanghai. Finally, the report noted that it will be at least a year before plans for the smaller next-gen Tesla crossover to come to fruition. This is because even if the automaker builds and opens Giga Mexico in record time, launching a new vehicle from the new factory a year from now would be highly optimistic. So that's all the information about the Model Y Mini. But what about the new updates for the Model Y prototype? Tesla is readying a production revamp of its top-selling Model Y. According to 3 people with knowledge of the plan, the changes to the Model Y, code-named Project Juniper, involve the exterior and interior of the electric vehicle with a target of starting production in 2024. A revamp of the Model Y would mean Tesla is on track to offer new versions of its top-selling models over the next 2 years, addressing pressure in markets like China and the United States for a visible reboot of its best-selling vehicles. In the face of increasing options for EV buyers, Tesla did not immediately comment when asked about the plans for the Model Y, a crossover EV, which was its bestseller in California, China, and Europe last year. At Tesla's Investor Day, CEO Elon Musk and other executives declined to discuss specifics of new models. Tesla has already been working to retool its Shanghai assembly plant to prepare for a revamped version of its Model 3 sedan in a project code named Highland. A revamp of the Model Y, which was first delivered to customers in 2020, would also mean production and supply changes for a car now in production all across Tesla's major hubs, which include the United States, China, and Germany. With the Model Y not only being Tesla's top seller but also the top-selling EV in the world, it's important to keep it fresh. Auto Pacific President and Chief Analyst Ed Kim said, adding that he had been tracking Project Juniper as the global EV sales leader. Model Y has a target on its back, Kim said, as Project Highland. Project Juniper should deepen Tesla's already massive production cost advantages over the competition. Musk and other executives detailed efforts to take costs out of EV manufacturing during Tesla's Investor Day. Tesla Chief Financial Officer Zach Kirkhorn said that the factory layout for Model Y production varied across the 3 plants that make the car, and that Tesla would work to standardize planning for future vehicles to reduce costs and complexity. Musk declined to comment on the specifics of any future models, but said Tesla could look to address the variants of Model Y that it currently sells. But broadly speaking, the most profound architectural changes will be in future vehicles, Musk said in response to an investor question. Tesla has asked suppliers for quotes for exterior and interior components that will be used in the Project Juniper version of the Model Y. To other people with knowledge of the plan, said the projected start of production is October of 2024. According to one of the people, it was not immediately clear how sweeping the revamp would be or what specific changes or improvements Tesla was looking to deliver with the new Model Y. But what do drivers want from a new Tesla Model Y? Exactly. The 2023 Tesla Model Y starts at $54,990. It makes a massive 384 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. The Model Y has a 330 miles of driving range as well. The electric SUV's performance specs are impressive. It's the pricing that consumers are hesitant about. The Model Y's complex battery, electric powertrain and materials require a certain price for the brand to maintain decent profit margins, so the odds of a significantly cheaper Model Y are slim. Instead, the company may add more value in affordable ways to make the electric SUV a more attractive offer for the average consumer. Drivers want a Tesla Model Y that's reliable. In that essence, the small electric SUV hasn't proven itself to be consistently reliable yet, but similar to Model Y, Highland Model 3 is also something that interests EV enthusiasts. So where is this project heading? The Highland version of the Model 3 is expected to go into production in Shanghai in September, according to a person with knowledge of the matter with Highland. Tesla is aiming to cut production costs and boost the appeal of an electric sedan that first went on sale in 2017. People involved in the project have said there will also be changes to the exterior and powertrain performance with a focus on production efficiency, said the leading EV makers faced increasing competitive pressure in China, its second largest market behind the United States, even after it cut prices. Analysts have said that that's probably in part because it has been seen as lagging behind competitors and introducing new models, improved navigation or luxurious interior touches that car shoppers in the world's largest EV market are seeking, in contrast to legacy manufacturers which have tended to make incremental model year changes before introducing an all-new version. Tesla has pressed the pace of change in its EVs, but in the end, how feasible are these two projects? While Tesla's Project Highland revamp for the Model 3 has not shown much more than new wheels and potentially a new sensor suite, although that is unconfirmed, as every sighting of the vehicle so far has shown the front and rear bumpers hidden by cover. Not a Tesla app, said a source, is indicating that Project Juniper could be similar to the Model S and X refreshes that Tesla rolled out several years ago. While the vehicle's shapes and designs remained relatively the same, Tesla made a more significant focus on the DNA of the cars. More refinements were made to not only the interior but also to the infotainment systems. The Model S and X were both outfitted with some exterior changes like new tail light designs, a charging port revision and others, but some of the biggest changes were made to infotainment and in-car gaming, which included the inclusion of high-powered GPU systems or graphical processing units and memory chips to support revolutionary and groundbreaking new entertainment for drivers and passengers. The Model Y could feature similar changes, but expecting a full-fledged redesign of the vehicle altogether may be drastic. As mentioned at Tesla's Investor Day last week, the automaker has a goal to cut costs and bring EV models to more affordable price points, which will result in additional sales and help more families afford EVs. This is through a new vehicle platform perhaps, but it could also be applied to the company's already existing models, as Tesla is working on Highland and now Juniper. Affordability and cost cutting is being put into the forefront now. To close out today's episode, we want to cover a little bit more about eligibility for EV tax credit for the Model Y through the Inflation Reduction Act. Tesla's complete lineup of modified trim levels now qualifies for electric vehicle tax credits through the Inflation Reduction Act, as the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, has increased the applicable MSRP limit to $80,000 across each of the all-electric crossovers configurations. In December, the IRS released a list of vehicles that would qualify for the EV tax credit, effectively taking off $7,500 from the purchase price in the form of a tax break, while the tax credit was revised and allowed automakers who had not been eligible for the tax credits due to previously enforced sales caps of 200 units. It still had its flaws. Vehicles like the 5C configurations of the Model I were 238 pounds too light to be considered SUVs and thus did not qualify for the tax break because it fell into the category of all other vehicles. Qualifying SUVs had an $80,000 MSRP limit, while all other vehicles had a $55,000 limit. This sent Tesla's supporters and its CEO Elon Musk into a spell of confusion, as the tax credit, which was used to incentivize the purchase of sustainable powertrains, still included various gas-powered hybrid models. The U.S. Treasury Department said it would broaden the definition of an SUV. This would cause the government to revise its MSRP limits on certain Model Y vehicles that previously did not qualify for the credit. The change will allow crossover vehicles that share similar features to be treated consistently. A report from the publication said the IRS had already updated the qualifying vehicles list on its website, with Tesla having each of its Model Y configurations now qualifying for the credit, as they are now considered SUVs in the eyes of the government. The tax credits changes come just a week after Tesla's CEO Elon Musk met with several high-ranking officials in Washington, D.C. last week to discuss EVs and shared goals around electrification. One of the topics of the meeting was the broader cause of electrification. EV adoption has been a main point of emphasis for Tesla and its influence on other car companies to also develop competitive electric vehicles has been a critical part of the country's adoption of battery-powered cars. The IRS invited consumers to comment on the tax credit program, and petitions were spread across the internet, garnering tens of thousands of signatures supporting a revision to the program. Other new additions to the qualified vehicles list are the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Cadillac Lyriq, and Volkswagen ID.4, which will benefit from the program's reclassification of SUVs and crossovers. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Tesla Car World. We really appreciate your support and viewership, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider showing your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with your friends, subscribing to our channel, and turning on notifications so you can stay up to date with the latest news about electric vehicles and green technology. We're excited to have you join us for our next episode. In the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.